Hey everyone. So I just want to talk about something really interesting that came into my mind. I never thought of like thinking as a different perspective, especially how we look at media. It's so important, right? So like how it impacts your life. Think about the community and the friends that you actually talk, right? So it's kind of like interesting to know these things. I think we should all should know this and be aware of like our who we're surrounded with and our people, especially your friends. So I did some research and I was talking about friends and enemy and strangers. So it says that we're all divided in being on this planet, right, into three categories. So friends, enemy, and strangers. There's no fourth category, but my friends is the object of my attachment, and enemy is the object of my aversion, and a stranger is the object of my indifference. So it's kind of talking about based on how you perceive people, it's like you never know the kind of friends that you meet, right? So like they can be an enemy, but you don't know that because how I see it, it's like, how people, for example, people harass each other, right? And they're trying to find new friends. The problem is like when you make a new friends with strangers, you don't know if that person is a victim as a like an enemy of that friend. You get what I'm saying? So it's like a small world. Everyone knows each other, of course, in California, like 10 miles, think about the distance and who they know and who you follow on social media is really important. So pay attention to this. So especially how we love our compassion, our friends, don't love our enemies, and we couldn't care less about the strangers. Sometimes we don't care about strangers, how basically it's trying to talk about like how they think of your perspective view, especially. And there's the meditation of Buddhism talks about like, things that happen for a reason. And it talks about you want to be a happy life and you don't want to suffer. And that's the Buddhism religion. So when we analyze our view, especially like the love of the person that you find happiness and wanting them to be happy is mainly attachment, especially like relationship. It could be a friendship, your bestie, your best friend. So yeah, I found this really you have to think really logic and think differently, especially. I find it really important how we see this perspective of this world. Like I think that this generation has shaped and changed its form, the way how we communicate, and it's like depression level, especially like people don't get along with each other. Like I get that. Like for example, college, I could bring like example of college. Every semester season when you meet people, right? Suddenly someone becomes fake, right? Like they kind of change the way how they interact with other people. Think of that way how people talk to you and think about what do you perceive about them, the personality. It's really important how we try to want to like protect ourselves, but sometimes we're self-conscious people, especially like we're just think that, oh, that person's the enemy, but we don't know. We assume things. So to find out about that, you want to like get to know them better, know about their personality. I think that friendships are really hard to um bind with and like, to hang out and like have a, I guess, like friendship. Enemies, when I think about the word enemies, it means good and bad, the ways how you perceive it, there's pros and cons. Because enemies is like a group of people that are like gonna harass you, or there's enemies that are gonna have behind your back. That's like switching sides. For example, like you go this side, you go that side. It's like you don't like this kind of person quality, so you want to go to the other side people. It's like you guys are crossing each other, the lines. So like if you go north, I go south, for example. So yeah, that's like how I feel like friendship is like now, especially the generation, and this depression like generation especially. And I learned that, in especially net neutrality, the term, it could relate to that too, because the way how you communicate, you gotta be careful how you communicate out there too. Um, if you look at fcc.gov, it's Federal Communication. So if you look at a website, they teach you how to act as like a mature person and talk more like, I guess, like more like a good behavior way, you could say. And they teach you how to report certain things that what media does and hurts you and harms you. So I'm gonna show you the FCC website.gov. It's a really good website. It's a law about Federal Communication Commission Act. So this is the website, and it's a really good, and it tells you how to report things, proceed in actions, paper filings. If you feel like someone's threatening you or something, or you feel like this is a fake advertisement, you have the right to report something and email them. They also have an email too, and a website where you can report certain things if it's a false advertisement or false case too, especially. So yeah, this applies to, things that happen in media world. When you think about the word media, like it's all technology, right? Our data is being collected, and think about it. The government has access to everything, to our information, because our identity are registered in California IDs, for example. So they know like your address, they know all your information. So I feel like media is like a dangerous place, especially I would say. And I learned the word called artificial intelligence. So AI. So what's AI? AI is a technology base that's a smart technology that reads people. Like we rely on technology so much. Like we don't use our brain much, that we always rely on them because the robots know more information about personality. They know our names, they know our identity, they know your facial recognition, for example. Now we have iPhones where they could track your face ID, right? And I feel like there's no privacy because there's cameras everywhere. We're being watched. It's crazy, right? So think about these things, and I hope you guys learn something from me about friendship, about enemies, how we perceive it, and how we look at the community. And I hope you guys like this video, and please like and subscribe. Thank you.